It's time to go beyond the headlines, cause I don't put in overtime just so I can headline. Okay, now it's Fox Sports, I'm live with Renee. Going hard every day, sports rapping every play. Different segments for your favorites, coming at you daily with positive vibes. Yeah, we some game changers. Basketball, football, soccer, with different interviews, you never know who may pop up. Listen, only on Beyond the Headlines. This is Beyond the Headlines. Only on Beyond the Headlines. This is Beyond the Headlines. Only on Beyond the Headlines. This is Beyond the Headlines with Renee Washington.
Introducing our featured artist of the week here on Beyond the Headlines with Renee Washington from Denver, Colorado. We've got artist Meazy in the house. Welcome to the show.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Of course. I'm happy to have you, especially to be able to share your music. I know you just released I Can't Breathe Again, but before we even get into your two songs that our listeners are going to get to hear this week, I want to know more about your music. You know, what's the inspiration behind your music and the story you try to tell through your songs?
I believe that, I had a calling in life to be able to use my voice to, inspire people or to create change in a way, in a sense. So I think that, I've always used music as, like I said, an outlet for myself to be able to express my feelings. And it's always been, I like to say I tell my truth, and I believe that my truth relates to a lot of other people's truths as well. So that's really what I think that's the biggest thing for me is, just keeping it real. And me keeping it real has been able to allow me to, like I said, push whatever message that I intended to. So.
I like that. Being very open, being very raw, and getting your truth out there to connect with your audience. So this week you are going to be sharing two songs on the show. You've got Pocket Watches, you've got I Can't Breathe Again. Pocket Watches is the first one that we're going to get to hear. Talk to us about that song.
So Pocket Watching was the first single off of my last album. So I just dropped the album entitled Deadass. I dropped that March 30th of this year. And that was like the leading single for the song. Basically that song was just, explaining how, people like to be in other people's business and wonder how they spend their money or make their money, or, they're always watching somebody's pockets. And I just felt like it needed to be talked about because it was something I was going through in my life, if that makes sense. Very catchy song, upbeat, meant for the club. As far as, I Can't Breathe Again, that was created based off of, the things that's going on in the world today. It was inspired by the George Floyd murder. And, we all just got into the studio and wanted to create something that was very powerful, something that we could, express our emotions on. It was we like to say it was kind of like a therapy session in a sense. Because everybody have been talking about it, but as an artist, none of us have been able to like really put our pen on paper and express how we felt about everything. And so we all just as a collective came together and created this I like to call it a masterpiece, man. It's called I Can't Breathe Again. That song is on the radio right now, full rotation. The radio out in Denver, Colorado, KS 107.5. It's been amazing, and I want to shout out the artist that's on it with me. It's me, Will Geis, Raymond, Shy Rico, and it was produced by Mike Coates. So it was a collective effort.
Nice. Now let's keep talking about I Can't Breathe Again, and you talk about how it's like a therapy session. A lot of people have been, as we've been watching George Floyd's murder, the Black Lives Matter movement, civil rights movement unfold, trying to figure out how to use their platform to help be a part of change. And you had the chance to collaborate, as you mentioned, with Will Geis and Raymond, as you guys talked through, and Chai, forgot one, as you guys had the chance to collaborate to create this song. What really, to have the four of you coming together to have this therapy session, but also to use your platform to help be a part of something bigger. As an artist, I'm definitely curious to know the impact that has on you, even to be able to put this out, to hear your song on the radio, knowing there's a bigger message there, greater than just the beat, the lyrics, but more to help be a part of change. So what's really that impact on you as an artist? I mean, this is what your career is all about, in a sense, to use your platform to help be a part of something bigger than you?
Yeah, we all, that was the beauty about it, is that we all knew that this was bigger than all of us. And I think that's why the product is what it is, I guess you could say, because um, we just all, it's an amazing feeling to be able to speak how you feel, and other people relate to it. But then for it to because this is the first song that any of us have ever had on the radio,
Mm-hmm.
um, and for it to be something so impactful, and then also have the radio station supporting it and backing it to the point where they want to keep playing it, and they want other radio stations to play it. It's just it's a feeling that's undescribable. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I mean, I've always felt myself. I can only speak for myself. That I always made music to try to spread a message to people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so this is kind of meant to be, in a sense. I'm super excited that my first song, big song on the radio, would be something about Black Lives Matter. It's actually very it's humbling, to say the least.
Oh, I'm sure. And that has to be a very empowering feeling too, to know that you're doing your part, So I'm definitely curious
Yeah.
also to know, when you guys even taking a step back, you, Will Geist, Chireko, and Raymond decided to even get into the studio together. A lot of people have
Mhm.
been trying to figure out, what can I do? How can I help? How can I make a difference? How did that conversation even come about, that you guys all said, you know what? Let's link up in the studio. Let's make this happen. Let's collaborate on this song. Or was it that clean, excuse me, were you able to even think it through that much, or was it just a thought of, let's just all meet up in the studio and see what happens?
To be honest with you, it was the reason why it happened was because of there's a label out here, or a company out here called Barbershop Uncut, and they're the ones, they basically set up the entire thing. They hit me up and said that they were trying to capture this moment in a song and see where it goes. And so, I ended up, I got on the phone and I called, Mike Coates. I told him we need a beat, but we need it to be powerful. We were trying to find the artists that we wanted to be on the song, and a couple of the artists that we were going to have on the song first ended up canceling, or they weren't able to do it. So it kind of was just whoever showed up, it was just we're going to create, and I wanted to make sure that when everybody got into the studio, nobody was prepared for anything. We wanted it to be a very natural, raw emotion,
Right.
Because again, it was at the very beginning. It was at the very beginning of the protests, and so everybody's emotions were just so high at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody really knew what direction we wanted to go in, and that's why I call it a therapy session, because I almost felt like everybody got to get it off their chest, in a sense, and like I said, it was a beautiful moment. You have to be there to see it or feel exactly what I'm saying. So.
Wow. That is incredible. And I know, especially
Yeah.
once George Floyd's murder first happened and protests first happened, I remember, I still feel a lot of that weight, but it's, the initial emotion and shock, it's just nothing compares to it. So to have you guys in the studio together, I'm sure was a very powerful and an emotional moment. But as an
Oh
artist,
yeah.
beyond just your songs that you're sharing with us this week, as an artist, what do you try to bring for each, for your audience, for each song that you put out, that they're going to take away from your music, with that rawness and that openness that you bring to your songs?
Okay, so I mean, I really would love for everybody to know, when I make music, is to speak my truth. Because it is, it's this. I love it to death, and I want people to understand that this is, I take this serious to the point where, I like to say I'm selfish about it, in a sense,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to be able to spread the message any way I possibly can, but also be able to, like I said, express myself, because it's it's like my journal. It's my way of getting all the the bullshit, I guess you could say, in life, and the great and the bad and everything, just together. It allows me to to be the person that I am. So I would love people to look into my music and really do their research. And I have a lot of different type of music that I think that a lot of people would love. And we're just gonna keep this going, man. I mean, this is my life. So we're gonna keep this going and keep pushing.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Well, Meazy, where can people follow you to get more of your music?
You can follow me every platform. I mean, you know, Instagram, it's just Meazy. That's AMEAZY. So EA, not two E's, please. Same on Twitter, Meazy. You know, Facebook, Snapchat, everything. All my music is on all streaming platforms, though. You know, whether we're talking about, you know, Apple Music, YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, everything is under Meazy. But it is a space in between my name, the A space MEAZY, when you're looking it up on, you know, on the streaming platforms and on YouTube. So, you know, look me up everywhere, follow me everywhere. You know, we're not stopping. It's just the tip of the iceberg, man.
I know that's right. This is just the beginning of some more greatness to come. So thank you so much for joining the show. It's been a pleasure having you on as our featured artist of the week. And I'm excited for our listeners to get a chance to hear both of your songs as we also continue to follow your career. Good luck and keep doing big things. You know, all the best to you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.